Check me out, check me out. Welcome back to another Toastmasters journey. Toastmasters journey. Appreciate you guys joining me tonight. Here for a good time, not a long time. So let's get into it. Tonight we're talking about the Tyson fight. So typically, a Toastmaster journey, I typically do these on Fridays. However, the topic of tonight, the Tyson fight and Jake Paul, happened last night. And so we're here tonight, you know what I mean? Because we were busy last night, you know? So if this is your first time here, Toastmasters Journey pretty much is just an opportunity for me to come on here and speak to y'all. And basically, the whole objective of it is for me to become a better speaker, for me to become a more articulate, more profound speaker. And this is my live training session, hence the word Toastmasters. If any of y'all know what a Toastmasters is, when it comes to being a speaker, it's a training platform. So that's what we're doing here today. So if you have some constructive criticism, if you have any positive feedback, let me know in the comments below. Let me know in the comments below. But let's get into it. So the Tyson fight had nothing to do with boxing. All right? And I'm going to tell you why. There's plenty of reasons. I can probably come up with 10, but I'm going to talk about 3. All right? Because we're not here for a long time. So I'm going to talk about 3, right? The first one I want to talk about is the perspective, right? Perspective matters. You saw a man looking old. Nah, it's not what I saw, though. It's not what I saw. First of all, before we even get into that, I enjoyed the fight. Yes, I wanted Tyson to win. Yes, I wanted Tyson to catch him one good time, knock him out, classic Mike Tyson, and it'd be over. The man's 58 years old. I'm realistic with that, right? I knew that he would face some challenges going into this. Like he faced health issues going into this. But look, he held his own during that fight. He held his own. Y'all saw a man looking old. I saw a man looking younger and in better shape than 99% of men his age. You gotta understand, 99% of men his age wouldn't even been able to step in the ring for 2 minutes, let alone 8 rounds. He's not too old to be fighting. He's not too old to be fighting. Not in the manner that he was. This is Jake Paul. Jake Paul's only been fighting 4 years. Not only that, he has respect for Mike. As much as he puts shenanigans on, he has respect for Mike because if he didn't, he would have knocked him out. He had an opportunity to, but he didn't because he had respect for him. This was a whole spectacle. And you got to understand, 80% of Americans at any age couldn't do what Mike did. Like, half the people here couldn't do what he did. The average condition level of Americans is below optimal. Like, we have high rates of physical inactivity, obesity, low levels of cardiovascular fitness. Like, you should be inspired by what Mike did. Because 50% of American adults, we don't even meet the CDC requirements. You know what the CDC requirements? It's only 150 minutes, 150 minutes of moderate exercise for the week. So it's like 2 hours, 2.5 hours. Most people don't even do that. 50% of Americans are classified as obese. So you got to understand, what he did was phenomenal. 1 in 4 adults have low levels of cardiovascular health. This nigga went 8 rounds with a 38-year-old. That's pretty impressive. That's pretty impressive. Yeah, his knees look weak. You know, his legs look weaker. I think something was actually wrong with his leg because even seeing him before the fight, I didn't notice the weakness in his legs. And for Mike's boxing style, he really, that's where his power comes from. That's where his strength comes from. So though he was knowledgeable, he's in there, he looked good, his legs looked, they weren't unstable. You know what I mean? But it was still good. It was still good, man. And he's beating statistics because statistics reflect that most Americans can't do what he did. Another thing, number two, outside qualifications matter less than your self validation. Nobody could have told Mike that he couldn't do that. Nobody could have told this man that he couldn't accomplish what he accomplished. Win, lose, or draw, people are going to talk shit. So you have to have more ability to validate yourself. If you do good, they're going to talk shit. If you do bad, they're going to talk shit. No matter what you do, people are going to talk shit. So in today's world, even with the audacity of not having the valid credentials to be talking shit, people are going to talk shit. He did great, man. He did great. You know, and an L isn't always an L. Like, he didn't take an L in my eyes, because he did more than what most Americans can do. He went beyond the statistics, and he made 20 million. Got a couple of bruises for 20 million. I don't see that as an L. You feel me? Like, you can't take that as an L. You know what I mean? So you gotta have good self-talk, and you gotta have an understanding of the perspective of what you're actually going through and what's actually happening. Because he did more than what most could do. I appreciate the subscription. I appreciate that. You know what I mean? Just on here for a little bit of time. Yeah, man, just want to talk to y'all about the fight. I know it happened yesterday. It was exciting. You know, he said free Diddy. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Oh, man. But it was a good fight. It was a good fight. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. And it was inspiring, you know. The promotion of it all was inspiring. The fact that even after the fight, when Mike was asked would he ever do it again, he was like, maybe, if I feel like it, because he had the right mindset the whole time. He's like, look, man, nobody could do this but me. I don't know many 58-year-olds that could have went in the ring and did anything, let alone take some punches. You know? I just don't see that happening. I don't see that happening. He went 8 minutes. He went for 8 rounds for 2 minutes. Most people can't even do 40 push-ups, let alone go 8 rounds for 2 minutes. You know, back in my training days, when I was in the gym, I would always have individuals do workouts. And one of the standards is we had to do push-ups, right? Most people couldn't even do 40 push-ups. If you could do 40 push-ups, that will be the equivalent of, well, I don't know what to be the equivalent of necessarily, but it definitely would be preventative. It's the preventative measures of a heart attack. Nah. My bad. Got people in here. But yeah, 40 push-ups. Most men can't do 40 push-ups. If you can do 40 push-ups, you are less likely to have a heart attack. You'd be surprised how many people can't do something as that. Now, my 8-year-old daughters can do it, but you'd be surprised how many grown ass men can't do 40 push ups, let alone box for 8 rounds. You know what I mean? So he did something phenomenal, and you should be inspired. You should definitely be inspired, man. Did y'all watch the fight? Anybody watch it last night? I want to know, did y'all have trouble watching it? Like, once the fight actually started for the Tyson, it started acting good. But beforehand, it kept going out. I kept having to reload the page. But it worked out in the end. It worked out in the end. It was entertaining. It was fun. But it wasn't about the fight. It wasn't about boxing. It's about the perspective that Mike had, the self-talk, and the qualifications that he gave himself is what mattered. You know, he didn't allow outside qualifications. People telling him he's too old. People telling him he's unhealthy. He didn't allow those to deter him from accomplishing something. Because the goal the goal is always the win. But the real win was him achieving, lasting the entire fight. He's 58 years old. And this wasn't so far-fetched. Like, if you watch boxing, we know George Foreman came back at 40. So it's not too far-fetched. You know, I feel like if Mike were to continue to train, then he would continue to progress. You know, but it's up to him how serious he want to take it. You know, at 58 years old, he should go ahead. I feel like he should go ahead and just do these exhibitions like Mayweather. You know, just to get it off his chest. You know. But that's my whole thing, y'all. You know, keep the right perspective. Understand an L isn't always an L. You know, and you know, beat the statistics, beat the odds. You know, put in real effort. Take care of your health. Take care of your health. You should be able to do active physical things at 58 years old. You know what I mean? We got a birthday shout out for who? Your brother, Dixon Mays. All right, happy birthday, Dixon. How old is he? You know what I mean? Another year. Cheers to you. You know what I mean? Another year of life. Shout you out. Shout out, Adam. What's good with you, bro? What's good with you? Can y'all do 40 push-ups? How many people can't do 40 push-ups? How many people in the chat can't do 40 push-ups? If you can do 40 push-ups, let me get a thumbs up or something. Like, you should be able to do 40 push-ups. It's not that difficult. And if it is difficult for you to do, you should start today by doing 5. There we go. Bend over. That's quick. That was clever. Yeah, man. So I'll be going live on here every Fridays now. It's Saturday today, but you know, we was all watching the fight last night. So, you know, if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe, man. I talk about a lot of good health information that I give out. You know. Personal health consultant, chief wellness officer of a home health care company. You know, so I just come on here to give good information, to pour into you with good value and health and wisdom. You feel me? But we finna get off for the night, man. I just wanted to hop on here for a little bit. Appreciate y'all tapping in. Tap in next Friday. You know what I mean? Like, share, subscribe, all that YouTube shit. You know? That's my whole thing.